Balancer. So Balancer is a DeFi liquidity protocol. It's one that has had great success in the last bull cycle. It's backed by quite a lot of VCs. A couple of them are already VCs that have failed and dissolved. And I still think Balancer can do pretty well this year. I don't think previous all-time high gets beaten. Part of that is that I don't think they've not got an exchange bounce that can possibly come. It's already on all the biggest exchanges. So we'll take a look at where this can go. Before I get into it though, guys, if you're new here and you don't know what this spreadsheet is, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. When I did the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins. And if you'd have done the same, popped $100 into each of the coins when I released the videos, sat on those coins for 16 months, sold them, your total profit from $100 into each of the 26 would have been over 123 grand. Now, in under a year and a half, that's spectacular. It's nearly a house. Now, I talk about the time frame because we're in a bull cycle right now. Altcoin season hasn't started yet, but it's going to soon. And if your portfolio is full of rubbish or non-existent, time is of the essence. You've got to do something about it because sooner or later, these markets are going to start ripping and you're going to have missed out on a ton of profit. And this might be one of the great last bull cycles we have. Now, if you go to copymycrypto.com and have a look at the site, that's the site I run where I share my portfolio with the members. On there, you'll see what my members have earned. This year is going to be no different. That's why there are thousands and thousands of members on the site. It's because they're making great money in crypto. This year will be no different, guys. So have a read through the site, see the success stories, confirm it all because it's all public record, and maybe try out the site because, like I said, time is of the essence. You've got to get a portfolio sorted as soon as possible, guys. Now, Balancer. So in the last bull cycle, Balancer actually swung up to like 70 something bucks. All-time high $74.77. Massive run. Backed by 3 Arrows, obviously dead. Alameda, obviously dead. But they're also backed by CoinFund, Placeholder, Pantera. And they're in 4 different ecosystems. Now, it's an AMM that was developed on the ETH blockchain and launched in March of 2020. It was able to raise 3 million seed round by Placeholder and Accomplice. Balancer protocol functions as a self-balancing weighted portfolio, price sensor, and liquidity provider. So it allows users to earn profits through its recently introduced token, although obviously not recent anymore, BAL, by contributing to customizable liquidity pools. The protocol operates a few types of pools. Private pools give the owner governance over the pool and make the person the sole contributor of liquidity to the pool. Also, all the parameters are mutable by the owner. Shared pools are for those that want to become liquidity providers. The LPs are rewarded with the Balancer pool tokens. And smart pools are similar to private pools but are controlled by a smart contract. They are also rewarded using Balancer pool tokens and allow anyone to contribute to the liquidity pool. It's a very clever concept. It was founded by Fernando Martinelli and Mike McDonald, but it began as a research program at a software firm called Block Science in 2018. The project features intelligent, like-minded individuals with an acute understanding of the DeFi space. Fernando Martinelli, serial entrepreneur and Maker community member, has years of work experience outside of Balancer. He co-founded many other companies before he started Balancer with his partner Mike McDonald. McDonald is the co-founder and CTO of Balancer. He's a security engineer and the creator of Maker Top Tools. He joined Fernando to build the Balancer platform. And it's similar to Uniswap and Curve. It enables anyone to create pools of tokens. Obviously, the risks of pools people do need to be aware of. However, one really positive feature of Balancer is that more than one token can be added and ETH isn't required. And that is one thing that we see now. Like Balancer, we're ahead of its time in that regard because almost everywhere required ETH at the start and you could only put in 2 tokens. So yeah, fair play. Like they've added some really cool stuff. So if you wanted to take a look at just the standard swap features, they are about as similar as you're ever going to get to something like Uniswap. You can claim liquidity incentives very, very easily. So these are your BAL incentives to claim from staking or your VBAL incentives to claim from protocol revenue. And you can claim on Polygon and Arbitrum as well as Ethereum. and Optimism and Genesis Chain. I mean, they're on everywhere. Balancer, Base, Arbitrum, Avalanche. Very, very cool concept. So again, if I wanted to create a pool, it is as simple as it gets. So all you would do is you select the tokens. So say I just wanted a stable, or a collection of stable coins. So you could say, I don't know, compound USDT, or you could pick whatever you want, really. USDT, there you go. And there's a pool created. Token allocations are 33, 33, 33, as you would expect. You can set the pool fees as well, and then you can get off and cracking. And the pool fees, obviously, you earn some of them. So very easy, very simple to use. I do like the fact that they've got the light switches. How likely you to recommend them to a colleague, so you can say 10 or whatever. And the featured ecosystem projects are stuff like Zave, Fjord Foundry, which used to be known as Copper Launch. You've got Gyroscope, which is a new stable coin, and Beethoven X, which does like Beethoven X do launch pads as well, I believe. So they've got a nice little ecosystem here. If you go back to the original Balancer site, before I clicked anything, as you can see, build DeFi liquidity apps. And these are the partners integrations, the massive ones. You've got, as I said, I've said some of the ones already, but you've got Aura, you've got Raft, Aave, Cow Protocol, 1inch, Paraswap, Stake DAO, Element, Tetu. So you've got some nice integrations already. Balancer's V2 protocol stats are pretty good. Total liquidity is over $1 billion. Swap volume is over 63 million in the 24-hour window. There are over 7,000 different pools. There's over 209,000 liquidity providers. This is all across the multiple chains that they use, but the statistics there alone are really damn good. And they have a grant system up and running. And again, this is an ecosystem grant system. So again, these can be earned, although our docs have recently migrated. Of course they have. So grant system, again, to push development. Now, DeFi is going to have another wave. We kind of all know that. It's just where, like when and where. But right now, there's a lot that's really positive. Total value locked is over $1.1 billion. That's 5 times the current market cap of Balancer. So you would expect them to sort of catch up with one another. Not catch up, rather, obviously, but I'd expect as the total value locked rises, so will the market cap. So we might see the total value locked rise to $4 billion, but you would then expect the market cap to be around that $800 to $1 billion region. Circulating supply is not bad. Obviously, the coins are produced based on rewards for participations. When we saw the previous bull cycle, we saw a lot of volume hovering at around $30, $33, $34. I think 35, roughly half of its all-time high, is a fair target. Still puts it at a market cap of roughly $2 billion. We also would see roughly a 9x, not quite. But for a project that's been around for as long as it has, I think that's a fair target. The reason I don't think necessarily new all-time high is that we have seen the Balancer's price actions dropped way below what it was when it launched. And while it's done a decent-ish recovery from some of the lows, it's not done an amazing recovery. So I think we're going to see it struggle. I think $35, to be honest, is kind of best case scenario, especially because, again, it's already on the biggest exchanges, so it's not going to get a listing bounce. And while it is very good and they keep adding to liquidity, they keep adding providers, they add every chain going, I think they'll benefit from Base's growth hugely. I think Balancer should be the go-to. Like, Balancer should be trying to establish themselves as the go-to place for anyone that's using Base. And if they can do that, they'll get a huge surge in user base, which will increase a huge surge in price. I think $35 is a really fair target. Could it do more? Yes. But I think it's unlikely just because there's no exchange bounce. There would have to be a real significant surge in user base for Balancer. So that's going to come from a real sustained, focused marketing campaign. Let's see if that happens. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. And guys, yeah. If you want to make the same profits as me in this bull cycle, you can do. All you have to do is join up at copymycrypto.com. That's the site I run where I share with my members the coins that I own. If you were to join today, you'll see my whole portfolio. Whenever I add to it with a new coin, I tell my members what coin and at what price. This means there's no work for my members. They get in on coins at the same price. They get out of them at the same price. If you go to the site, you'll see the profits my members have made. This year is going to be no different. We're already in a bull cycle. The altcoin season hasn't started yet. But when it does, it's going to rip hard and fast. And if you do not have a portfolio at all, or your portfolio is full of trash, you need to do something about it because you're going to miss out on a ton of profit. So have a read of the site, see the success stories, verify it all, because when you do, I think you'll realize that it's a site you've got to try out, guys. And that's it from me. Have a good day. Bye-bye.